Hi guys, welcome back. It's Mrs. Peterson, that lady who teaches art, and today we're going to make a plan for your symmetrical stained glass window. So on one side of this paper, you're going to put your first name, last initial, and then your class. So if you're in like Mrs. Langschwager's class, you're going to put 2L. And then this is really weird, you guys. You're going to actually turn the paper to the back. We'll come back to the front of this paper later. And on this side, you have some choices to make. So the first one says, my outside shape will be. You're going to choose if you want an arch. And remember, I'm just going to draw these over here. The arch is almost like a rectangle on the bottom, but then it can go up to like a point or a curve at the top like that. Rectangle, just, regular rectangle, a square, or another symmetrical shape. So maybe like a circle or a heart, or if you can come up with another symmetrical shape, you can talk to me about it. I'm just going to do an arch for mine. Okay. And then you get to choose your color scheme. So color scheme means you're only going to use these colors. So you can use primary, which I put afterwards are red, yellow, and blue, or secondary, orange, purple, and green, warm colors, red, orange, and yellow, or cool colors, green, blue, and purple. Whichever you select, you'll only be using those three markers today. And when we get to chalk next class, you'll only be using those three colors of chalk. So I'm going to do warm. All right, and then number 3 says you're going to sketch your window here. So I'm going to sketch my arch down here. I want to use my space well down here. I don't want it to be too small. I could have probably even made mine a little bigger. I'm going to sketch the outside of my shape right there. And then one thing that I really like to do for my brain is I like to draw a really light dashed line. So I remember that if this folded right there, anything I drew on one side would have to match to the other side. So that's a good idea for you too. All right, and then you are going to just start dividing this up to make it symmetrical. So I think the first thing I want to do is make a chunk up here of my stained glass window, and I'm going to divide that chunk in half. So now that shape matches that shape. And I'm going to put a heart here. And if I want it to stay symmetrical, then that means I need to put another heart right here. From there, I think I'm going to make some triangles come down. And then, so that shape will match that shape. And then I think I'm going to do a small triangle right here. And that half will match that half. Okay. When you are done with your plan, you're going to go ahead and add your colors. And my hearts are the most important. So I'm going to start with the piece that's the most important to me, which is my heart. And then I need to work on things that touch that. So I'm going to fill this in yellow around it. And if this side is yellow, this is the part that can be kind of confusing because you might think you want to use your orange, but if it's going to stay symmetrical, if that side's yellow, then that means this side over here is yellow. And the reason I want to tell you to work on things that touch this is because now this diamond right here, I would probably not, or diamond, excuse me, these triangles, I would probably not choose yellow because I have a lot of yellow already. I would probably choose either red or orange. So I think I'm going to do orange for that one. And remember, if I do it on one side, I have to do it on the other side, right? And then this almost like upside down V right there. I could either probably I probably wouldn't do orange because it'd be touching. So I could do red or yellow. I think I'm going to do yellow actually. So fill in that whole shape with yellow. And then the last little piece, I could go back to orange if I want to, but I haven't used very much red. So I think I want to do a little red right here. All right, once my plan is done, then you are going to get a black piece of construction paper. I would like you to go all the way to the bottom of the, first of all, I'm going to tell you, I like mine to go up and down. So my paper is the tall way up. I'm going to start in the middle of the bottom, and I'm going to write my first name, last initial, and my class with the white color pencil. As soon as you have that done in white color pencil, then you are probably going to switch back to your regular pencil to give yourself the guidelines, but I'm going to stick with my color pencil so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to sketch my shape on here. Remember, you're going to use your regular color pencil. And for my arch, I'm going to give myself that outside, and then I'm going to bring it up and over. And then I'm just following my plan. So I don't need to do the dashed line anymore because my plan is already symmetrical. So I'm going to do that. And my heart here, and my heart here. We don't want anything too small, you guys, because I will show you in just a second how this is going to end up. But if it gets too small, it's really hard to put chalk, which is what we're going to do on the inside of this in the next class. So when you have your whole plan sketched out, then you're going to get glue. And I am right-handed, so I'm going to actually start on the left side. And you want a nice solid bead of glue. If you hold the glue bottle straight up and down, you're going to get a lock, like an airlock in the glue. So you don't want to do that. And if you go too fast, it's going to be too skinny. So you want to go nice and slow and steady. My students who've done this already, they were telling me that it's easier if you kind of just let it be just a little bit above the paper. And I'm going to do these hearts before I go on to the other side to make sure that my hand can stay out of it. Sometimes you need to get a little more air in your squeeze. And we want nice thick lines over all of your piece. And when you're done with the lines today, that's going to be the end of our project today. So you're going to keep going over all of these lines. Oops. Sorry, I was trying to look at how much time I had left on my video. Oop, and do you see I got a little space right there? That's okay. I can go back today and finish it. And make sure you trace all of the lines that are on your plan into your final paper. So here's my plan. Looks like I got them all. And then when this dries, it's going to end up looking like a solid line like this. And then we'll come back next week and you'll add your chalk in there. And I'll show you that second step next week. All right, you guys, I can't wait to see what you create.